Welcome, presidents, to your presentation. Today we will be looking into the expectations of your role and how it helps to keep a well-functioning team and a house or a hall. Considering you are the team lead, it is important that you are aware of the responsibilities of other roles as well. So I would highly recommend listening to the presentations for your fellow exec members as well. So let's dive in. You will be expected to frequent some meetings and even run some of them. So we will look at your role in certain meetings and also look at how you can go about setting it up and what exactly that would look like. And lastly, we will look at house funds and how your money is being spent, as well as the L list for communicating with the rest of your house. There are quite a few meetings that you will be attending, but as with any aspect of the presidential role, if you are unable to attend or facilitate the meeting, the VP can be there for you instead. On the slide, I have sort of created a legend to indicate what each diagram means. So things like who is involved in the meeting, when and where the meeting will occur, and how frequently should it be called, and what your role exactly is in this meeting. Your house meeting is called by you, your Don, or the AD. It takes place each month or more, depending if it is needed. This is an opportunity for you to tell the residents about any upcoming events, residents' due spendings, and remind them of the rules and procedures of the house. So if you are letting them know about your upcoming house party, this would be the place to do that. There are other ways of promoting it as well, but this is a good starting point. Your house council meeting, on the other hand, is called by you, but is directed towards your exec, house reps, Don, AD, and others as outlined in your constitution. You can use your judgment on when and where you want to have this meeting, and it occurs however many times as mentioned in your constitution, or more if the need arises. It gives you the chance to inform members of upcoming plans, vote on residents' due spendings, new positions in residence that you might be thinking of having, and discuss event ideas. The President's meeting is held monthly and arranged by the Residence Life Manager or the coordinator. This is where you and other house presidents come together with the RLM or RLC for open communication between you and Student Life office. This allows both Student Life and you to debrief about things that are going on in residence. So as a representative of your exec and the residents, you can bring forth any concerns that they might be having during their time at Mount A and in residence. This also gives us the chance to talk to you about events that we need you to promote for the university and just general housekeeping rules. Oftentimes, the MASU VP Student Life will also join us to make sure that your needs are being heard and upheld. Lastly, all the residence team members will attend the Don's meetings, which is arranged by the House Don. This meeting is a place for open communication amongst all you residence leaders to discuss any events, any issues within residence, any concerns about residents. If you are thinking of trying to hold a new event, this is the place to inform your Don and make sure that they're on board for it. Now, when you are planning to run a meeting, there are some things to keep in mind. You will firstly need to create an agenda and send out an email inviting people to attend. The people you will invite will depend on what kind of meeting it is and who is supposed to be invited based on your constitution. This email should also include the time and location for where the meeting will be held. Make sure to send this information out at least 3 days in advance so that members can read the agenda ahead of time. Having the tentative dates for these meetings for the full semester can also be beneficial so that people can work their schedules around it. So for example, if you say that all your house meetings will happen the second Tuesday of each month, students can then prepare ahead of time and know that if I'm having a house meeting at 9 p.m. on Tuesdays, then I need to be prepared for that in advance. So as mentioned, you have to send out the agenda. There is a certain structure the meeting will follow, and as such, it can be the basis for your agenda. So you would begin your meeting by announcing a date for the next meeting. I know you were already thinking about the next one, but that's just how it runs. And then you would ratify, or meaning approve, the minutes from the previous House Council meeting. So this is just for House Council meeting purposes. So when you do send the email inviting the House Council members to this meeting with the agenda for the present meeting, you should also include the minutes from the previous agenda. There will have to be a motion to approve the previous minutes and someone to second that motion. So as mentioned, this is typically for House Council meetings, not House meetings. And you also have to approve the current agenda for the current meeting that you might be having. And once again, this is for the House Council meeting. And you would once again need someone to motion to approve and someone to second that. You would then follow up on any unanswered questions from your previous meeting, after which you can then move on to present business. So if you had questions from your residents about something that you weren't able to answer, say they came to you about like a vending machine not working, and you say that you don't know exactly how you can go about fixing that, but you would get back to them. Well, this is the place then, now that you have your answer, you can answer that for them. So in the meeting, the various exec positions would take the time to discuss the information related to their roles. The Secretary will report on the finances and how the money is coming in and out, where the funds are coming in from, and what exactly they're being used for. The VP would report on the progress of house charity or volunteering, as well as house rep activity. And social chairs will discuss the results of any recent events that were had and the house points obtained through the MASU. When discussing new business, it can be a chance to have a very meaningful presentation or discuss event ideas for the house as well, and any issues that seem to be arising in the house, like noise. That last one definitely seems to be a topic for house meetings. If you are in a house meeting, you can also take the time to open the floor to questions and maybe leave everyone with a fun thought before you adjourn the meeting. Adjourning is a more formal process in the case of House Council meetings, so you will need, once again, someone to motion to adjourn and another to second it. Make sure during the meeting you are staying on track in terms of the agenda and keep others on topic as well, as it is easy to go off on tangents. This can be tougher than it sounds, so previously people have used talking sticks so that everyone's voice is heard, but you can find your own system. You should also identify topics that will be brought up for the next meeting as well. So if you want them thinking about something that you want to hold in residence and ask them for ideas, maybe that's something that you can ask them to think about for the next meeting. House funds are overseen by you and your secretaries because it allows for better control and eliminates any chance for any unaccounted spending. So make sure you are double checking the treasurer's finance reports, receipts, and the bank balance. Remember, there's a reason we run this tight ship. It's just to make sure that no money is being unaccounted for, and having two people to take a look at it really helps with that. Lastly, your L list is the form of communication between you and the rest of your residents. You simply have to enter the L list email to email all the residents in your house. So it's instead of emailing the hundreds of emails within your residence, it's simply one email address that you would type in order to reach out to the rest of your residents in the house. Remember, these are strictly for house purposes only and not for promoting yourself or any clubs or society or anything like that. This means you can only use it to inform students about residence things such as upcoming events, house meeting minutes, this would be sent by the secretary, and information about the residence building, as well as any leadership opportunities within residence or campus. So that has been a brief overview of what your role would look like as the president. More details will come in summer training, obviously, and we hope to see you there. Have a great day.